Hello, everyone. My name is Tristana Rivera. I'm the current College Access and Diversity intern. I am here co-hosting today with Isabella. So I'll go ahead and let her introduce herself before I go on to say what Alliance Night is all about.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabella Padilla Villela, or just Bella Villela. I'm the College Access and Group Visit intern at the admissions office, and I'm very excited to be here today, introducing a few of the many student organizations and clubs we have at DU.
Yeah, so Alliance Night is just to celebrate all of our affinity groups here on campus. So that's for all of our students that are underrepresented here at the University of Denver, seeing as though we are a predominantly white institution. But we'll go ahead and start off with introducing the Cultural Center, which is responsible for fostering this community of many organizations. So they work on preserving, promoting the historical, cultural, and intellectual movement and traditions of the affinity groups that are here at the University of Denver. So a lot of them will have to do with gender and sexuality, race and ethnicity, and spiritual life. So most, if not all of these affinity groups will host meetings weekly, if not bi-weekly. And these are just to talk about what you're looking forward in the group. You'll also get to meet the leaders and other members of those groups. So it's a great way to network and meet the people that you're going to be seeing every day or at least once every few weeks.
Okay, to get us started, I want to talk about African Students United, or ASU. And it's one of the spaces that we have to celebrate, educate, and participate in the understanding of many rich, diverse cultures in Africa. One of their biggest events is the Taste of Africa, which is personally one of my favorites too, because we have representatives from multiple countries serving food, playing cultural music, and allowing students, artists to bring in their paintings and their craft, which is a lot of fun. Apart from the Taste of Africa, they also have events such as game nights, movie nights, and karaoke. And they also aim to address the African diaspora in Denver and at the U. Yeah.
Sorry about that quick transition. But on to ALPHA, which is our Association of Latin Professionals for America. Their mission is to empower and support Latino leaders in every sector of the global economy. So I am actually a part of this. I'm a part of the Denver chapter, as well as I try to make as many student chapter meetings as I can. But what they do is help you through networking events. So they'll meet you, help you meet other people from industries that are white or male dominated, as well as do workshops and do community outreach. The biggest thing that I've gotten from ALPHA is mentorship. So not only that, but I've gotten to be mentored by professionals in industries that I hope to work in. So I'm an accounting student, and I've met a lot of Latin accountants that have been able to um, help me through my journey here at DU.
Awesome. Another affinity group that we have is Asian Student Alliance, or ASA, and they're also here to support Asian American students on campus and addressing academic, political, and social issues through community events, such as their Lunar New Year celebration and Solar New Year celebration. They have lanterns decorated everywhere in those events, and they usually put in a lot of effort into making those decorations. And similarly to the Taste of Africa, they have usually offer various foods for people to try and understand a little more about their culture and their type of food and music. And it's a great way for the entire DU community really to engage with ASA. Yeah.
Perfect. So next we have Shabbat. So they're dedicated to serving all students on campus through various programs. This is a great group for Jewish and non-Jewish students looking to learn more about the faith, practice, and culture of Judaism. They also do a lot of events with Halal, which is another Jewish group that we have here on campus that I'll talk a little bit more about later. Um, but their events range from food gatherings to menorah lightings, and they also participate in a lot of advocacy work as well.
Awesome. And then there's BSA, which is the main purpose is to foster a dedicated community where DU students are educated also about the African diaspora. So they do a lot of events with ASU as well in collaboration. So a lot of the groups that we are mentioning here today do collaborate with each other for to bring in to foster the community and bring the community together. One of the recent BSA events is called Hot Ones, and this event they were enjoying some free food and snacks, and they were debating over hot topics that relate to the community.
So next is going to be Feminist Student Alliance. So they strive to empower undergrad students at the University of Denver to be their most authentic selves through action, discussion, and awareness. Some of these social topics that they heavily advocate for are going to be sustainability, gender, and women's issues, of course. But they also do a lot of fun events. Like I recently, about last week, went to a watch party where we got to also enjoy some canes and each other's company.
Oh, and then we have BRASA, which is the Brazilian Student Association chapter here on campus. I was one of the co-founders of it, and I was one of the former presidents because I am from Brazil. And BRASA's main goal is to be able to connect with the Brazilian community and honestly be a channel in which South American students can express their culture. We always have the annual carnival event, which usually happens in February, March, to showcase one of the biggest carnival parties in the world, which is Brazil. And then we bring in food and Brazilian music. And apart from that, there's also a few other events that Brasa aims to do annually, such as Festa Junina, which is around winter time. So it's a great way to foster the South American community on campus. You can move on.
Sorry, I think it's on auto scroll, so I apologize in advance for that. Next, we have Hillel. So this is the second Jewish group that we have here on campus that I mentioned a little bit earlier, but their mission is to build a Jewish community whose values enrich the lives of the students during their college years and beyond. So, like I said, they recently celebrated Shabbat and Purim, where the students got to dress in costume and enjoy a nice dinner together. They also celebrated Passover, where they collaborated with Shabbat, which is the other Jewish group that I mentioned.
Cool. And then we have the Latino Student Alliance, also known as LSA. And it's a space to create and provide strong positive support among different Latino populations that are represented here on campus. And they try to raise cultural awareness about the different types of Latinos we have on campus. So they usually have events in which they showcase food and fun, interesting facts about different regions of Latin America, which is one of my favorite things. And LSA is one of the biggest groups on campus, and they're always collaborating with different affinity clubs as well.
Perfect. Next, we have Muslim Student Alliance, or sorry, Association. So their mission is to promote unity, joint action, and engage both the Muslim community at DU and the community at large. So they recently celebrated Ramadan as well as Eid, which is a celebration of finishing Ramadan. We do also have a prayer room accessible to students who practice online or to practice here on our campus. So there are resources for you as well. But again, they strive to engage students who are curious into their religion, but as well as engage their community who's already a part of that community.
Awesome. And then we have the Native Student Alliance, also known as NSA. And it's a very important group on campus when it talks about when it comes to advocating for Indigenous rights. Something to keep in mind is that DU does rest on Indigenous land, more specifically where Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute tribes are located. So the NSA Club is here to raise awareness about that, to bring in allies, to advocate for Indigenous rights within the DU community, but also outside of it. Every year they do a really fun event called Powwow, in which they bring in different crafts and artists from the region to showcase their arts and sell their arts. And they also do their usual dancing competitions as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Bella.
Yeah.
Next, we have National Society of Black Engineers, also known as NASB. Their goal is to increase the number of culturally responsible Black engineers. Again, it's a great networking opportunity for engineers who are African American, but they help connect you to professional networks. They also help with building a LinkedIn and meeting recruiters for internship opportunities that relate directly to their field. We understand that STEM is a field that is not as accessible for students of color, so this is a great way to kind of close that gap.
Oh, and then we also have the Neurodiversity Resource Group, which, as the name says, it's a place in which students are placed in a little cohort and have access to certain resources to people who have different levels of ability here on campus. And they're also here to raise awareness about that. Apart from that, they also bring in some interesting and fun events. So they recently had a mug decorating event, and they also do study group sessions for these people to for everyone to find a community.
Perfect. And then next we have South Asian Student Alliance. So again, their mission is to embody their culture as well as spread inclusivity. So not only not only connecting with other South Asian students, but connecting non-South Asian students and teaching them more about their culture as well. They've recently collaborated with Muslim Student Alliance for the celebration of Ramadan and Eid. And some other events that they've had recently are Bollywood movie nights and chai tea and paint night.
Awesome. And then we also have SHIP, which is a Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. So it's more of a professional development community. And it's there to help Hispanic professionals with their resumes, doing interviews, or any sort of career prep that they may need, especially because Hispanics are a minority within STEM fields. So they're really trying to kind of provide resources to these people so they can succeed. And apart from professional development stuff, they also do fun events such as Loteria nights and Piñata night.
Perfect. And then lastly, we have Society of Women Engineers. As we know, women are also usually a minority within the STEM industry, but it's also a professional network, so they do a lot of networking events. They also recently got the opportunity to attend a conference, and last year that conference took place in LA, so some of our undergraduate students did actually get to go and be a part of that. And some fun events that they recently have done is a Galentine's event.
Cool. And then last, we have the Queer Student Alliance, also known as QSA, and they strive to create a system that encourages cooperation, coordination, cohesion, and bring in the LGBTQIA plus community together here at DU through different events and advocacy as well. They were hosting a few of events with other affinity clubs as well. So they're really active when it comes to collaborating with different clubs and really being able to provide a safe space for all the queer folks at DU.
Yeah, and like Bella mentioned, they recently did a collaboration with Feminist Student Alliance where it was a sex trivia night. So that was fun for a lot of the students. Again, the auto scrolling is on, but that's fine. That's everything that we had to share with you all. Thank you all for joining me. I left a few contacts here for you all to use in case. Unfortunately, Isabella will be leaving us this year, so Mike will be taking her place, so I have left his contact information as well. And again, I'm Tristana, so you can always email me at diversity@du.edu if you have any questions about any of these affinity groups and your opportunities available through them. But thank you again for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.